What up, what up? Collective. Let's get into this reading. Before we jump right into this, I would like to say that this is going to be a very sensitive subject. Okay. And I'm going to just put that out there. This isn't going to be for everybody, but you clicked it. It was meant for you. Here's the message. Here's your word. I have some affirmations also that I want to start us off with. But let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths going into this. I am positioned to put myself in a very sympathetic emotion, okay, because it is very sensitive and it's very important matter to talk about and to be expressing and to interpret this for our victims, to interpret this for the ones who have experienced a lot of this abuse. I give you so much sympathy and would like to show you a lot of strength as well as I move along with this reading, because I know and feel how much you have endured in this journey of healing this abuse. Okay. I would like to start us off with the notes that I had written down here. And I want to tell you guys that when I received these messages, oh my gosh, it was like very sudden. It woke me up, actually. I was woken up by this. I'm like 4 pages back to back. Okay. And when I got this, it was like at 3 a.m. this morning. Okay. And today is Sunday, the 16th, 2024. It's actually today's Father's Day. And I was not even aware that it was Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to our fathers, by the way. I was woken up by this message, and I want to start reading this. Our intuition is our best friend. Okay. By now, our intuition should be our best friend. Your intuition will at times get you out of bed, just like me, 3 a.m, right? Just for the simple fact that your body just went back to a past memory. And I do believe that I had woken up at 3 a.m, to write down these messages because it was that heavy and it was that important for me to write it down, okay? And I have not done that in quite some time, so this is very important. Your body, collective, is our greatest asset that we will ever own in this place, okay, in our lifetime. And you have also been one to really honor your intuition, okay? Our intuition is going to tell you when something is wrong or when something good has happened. Okay, this morning I was woken up to this feeling, and I want to tell you guys that instantly what I got from it was our men and our women have been severely abused, sexually abused. This comes down to sexual abuse. This comes down to the emotions and the feelings that you're having at night. You know, I instantly was woken up by night terror. That's what I got when I woke up. I was finding myself to be like tossing and turning in bed, and I think I was like sweating a little bit, and my dog just kept like moving around. I just couldn't sleep. I woke up. I was woken up by this message, and it was very heavy, very heavy. Okay. And so this morning I was woken up to the feeling that some of us are having a lot of night terrors, nightmares. You know, you're waking up sweating, you're waking up confused and feeling confused. You're like, your body is just taking you to very specific events in your past where you had experienced a lot of this sexual abuse, a lot of this abuse. You know, that comes with a lot of emotional and mental abuse, right? And your body is like working like a time machine. And it is taking you back to specific memories, specific times, and when you felt a lot of this abuse. Okay, so some of you guys are waking up sweating. A lot of what you're experiencing of that night terror and nightmares. Okay, your body is going back to a time when you felt severe pain. This is about pain, and a lot of the pain that you have endured, okay, in your healing journey here. Collective 555, when I said that. Very, very uncomfortable. Okay, at times, at a time when you had experienced this abuse, the major feelings and emotions of intense pain that you have endured, your body now is feeling anger and rage, irritability. Your body is going back to that time when you experienced the abuse, and now in the present time, you may be finding yourself to be waking up, and now your body is you're having feelings of rage and anger and irritability. Your body is in fact very confused in what and how it wants to feel. Just imagine, you know what I mean? Your body is in fact releasing all of this intensity out of your body, and sometimes it's going to wake you up. It's going to take you out of bed, and you don't even know that that is the process of you releasing all of that intensity out of your body, releasing all of that anger and that rage and that frustration, irritability, unease, uncomfortability out of your system, right? Like you are literally being waken up to it, just like how I was woken up to this message and how I literally gave birth and waking up to these messages. This comes with a lot of unease, fixating on a very specific memory when you had experienced this abuse. You may have tendencies of projecting emotions onto loved ones. Okay, moving on to a different thing here. Okay, so night terrors, nightmares, you're sweating, you're waking up with unease, uncomfortability, feelings of rage, feelings of anger and irritability, frustrations. Your body is confused, your body is sweating this all out, okay? And note, collective, that when you are experiencing this in this very moment, okay, it only means that your body is wanting to your body is cleansing this out and purifying itself and cleansing this out of your body, okay? It is at first going to take you back and relive that moment, but it is only to bring it to the forefront and have you be aware of it, right? Have you be conscious of it, but then releasing it and not holding on to it. You're not actually holding on to it, you're releasing it. Your body is actually wanting to release it. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Moving on to the next, you may have tendencies of projecting emotions onto loved ones, okay? In times when we are, especially when our body is in deep healing, emotional healing, you know, deep healing, healing a lot of this deep emotional pain, emotional wounds, like deeper wounds. In this very moment, you could be, for instance, if you have children, all right, and in the very moment you go back to a specific time, your body takes you back to a specific time when you experience the abuse, the sexual abuse, whatever abuse, however abuse that was, and you're looking at your children, you're right in front of your children, and you now are projecting on your emotions onto your children. You're projecting a lot of that anger and that rage that you're feeling in the moment onto your children, and you now are realizing, like, holy shit, I just now projected to my children, like you're gonna start regretting, you know, a lot of these negative emotions are coming to rise now, like coming to surface now, and you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, I just projected onto my children, I just projected onto my aunt, I just projected onto my mom, my dad, whomever it is around you, my friend. You didn't mean to do that, you know, but when we are in this healing journey, our body is, you know, going to speak to us in different ways. We don't even know what's coming, right? And so you may be having like moments, experiences of you projecting onto your loved ones because, you know, your body has gone through so much fucking pain. Again, coming back to a lot of pain. This is a lot of pain that has been in your body for so long, you know, like you didn't even know you were harboring a lot of this fucking pain inside of you until, you know, something triggers you, and then all of a sudden you're projecting out all of this anger onto your family and friends, and you're just like, I'm not this monster that, you know, I'm experiencing and seeing right now, 1111. I'm not this monster. You are not you're not a monster. Like, you're just having a moment of experience. Your body is experiencing something, you know, and this is where we have to go in and be mindful and give ourselves the kindness and compassion. You know, it's not a very easy thing to experience. Like, when we are healing our body, it comes with a lot of rawness. And the people around you are going to look at you like, you know, you're going crazy. You may be going crazy, but this is your body just releasing. This is your body having its way of releasing. You know what I mean? So going back to what I was saying about being mindful of yourself in the moment, in the present moment, when you are experiencing these heavy emotions and feelings, and they're going to come up at different times. You know, you don't even know when it's going to come up. You know, you could be like hanging out with friends or family, like you're happy at 1 minute, and then the next you're not happy. You're angry, and then the next you're happy. You know, it's like a roller coaster. This healing journey is a roller coaster, especially when you've had to really endure a lot of emotional pain. It comes with an emotional pain, sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, abandonment. That all comes with very intense emotions. And so when we don't actually know that they're there until something on the outside trigger us, right? And so we're going to have a tendency to project a lot of those heavy, intense emotions on our loved ones. And if we're not aware enough, you know, it's going to hurt them. And it's going to hurt us even more too. You know, it's not just harming them, like we're harming ourselves by just projecting, you know, and then we're going to start regretting it. We're going to start to feel shameful for projecting. You know, it's a long process of learning and unlearning. Okay. And this can be very harmful as your body is severely sensitive and experiencing heavy, intense vulnerability. Like, your body is, in fact, really, really vulnerable in this very moment when you are projecting. And when we are projecting, our body is at its vulnerable state. It is like poking a bear. When you constantly poke a bear, right? And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, this bear is now out to get you. You know, like, you now have press this bear's buttons, and now this bear is coming after you. You know, that bear is now at its vulnerable state. You have now just triggered something inside of them, and now they're coming to get you. It's very dangerous, and it can become very dangerous, you know, when one is feeling very vulnerable and they don't know how to really manage that in the moment. That can go out of proportion and sometimes even killing people. It's intense. Some significance that I had written down here from men and women. This is about sexual abuse. I had written down men, sexual abuse, women, sexual abuse. when I say, and I say this with so much love coming out of this message that I had written down. And it was also like, I want to tell you guys, like when I was writing down these messages, I was taken aback from all of these messages, because the feeling that came with it was very heavy, and I feel very sympathetic to this. You know, it's not an easy, like, again, this is a very sensitive topic. You know, I advise you, you know, to assert yourself in having to listen to these messages, because these messages are very sensitive and can very well trigger a lot of people. You know, you talk about sexual abuse to somebody and instantly they don't want to, they look at you, they don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. They're going to respond to you in that way. Sometimes, you know, you get people when you start talking about certain things, you know, people are going to react to it like, I don't want to talk about it. They're instantly going to go, I don't want to talk about it. So this is why I say this is a sensitive reading, okay? And when I was writing these down, like, I had so much of these emotions just running. And it's very uneasy. It's very uncomfortable to be going back to a time when you were so powerless in that moment, you know, when somebody, you know, is touching you a certain way, and you don't know why you don't know why they're touching you in that certain way. You don't know why you just got yourself in this kind of situation. Sexual abuse isn't a very easy thing to heal from. It takes years to get your mind and your body back in order. A lot of intense, heavy emotions that come with that, feelings, you know. Your body is going to take you back to certain memories, and these memories, you know, are going to make you feel a certain type of way that you don't know how to even, you don't even know how to identify it, you don't even know how to define it, you know. But this is your body coming back to order, and, you know, giving yourself more compassion. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. A lot of mourning and grieving. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be annoying here. Mourning and grieving. And this healing journey. Honesty to yourself, being honest with your emotions, being honest with your feelings, staying true to yourself in this healing journey is going to help you come back to yourself faster, okay? I can't always expect the truth from others, but I cannot expect it from myself. Honor your sensitivities, honor your vulnerability, okay? And what I mean by honoring your vulnerability, I mean how heavy, even if it gets heavy, even if it gets confusing, even if it gets annoying, you know, you're still capable of having to give yourself the comfort that you need, even if others cannot give it to you. You know, you're gonna have seasons where you can't get love and care from anybody, and you are the only person that can give that to yourself. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, and when you find somebody, a friend, you know, somebody who can give that to you, like, hold on to them, like, hold on to them. It's important to have a few around you who can really appreciate your vulnerability and you expressing your vulnerability, you know, reassuring to you that I'm not going crazy, you know what I mean? Like, reassuring to you that I'm not going crazy, reassuring to you that what I feel inside and my vulnerabilities, you know, it does matter, and it is valid, and I am allowed to feel this way. And to some, I'm going to sound crazy, but pain is going to make you feel like that. pain is going to make you go mad. You know what I mean? It's going to make you go mad. Pain, in fact, will make you go mad. But really, depending on how we are managing this at the same time, I think when we come back to really asserting ourselves and being mindful of the pain, you know, the pain comes in different forms. The pain comes in different times. We feel it in different times, you know. The pain gets excruciating, you know, at times can feel very excruciating, especially when something triggers us on the outside, and the pain just becomes even more intense. That is the time we need that friend. That is the time we need that friend who we are able to express our vulnerability to without judgment, without us criticizing us, without them labeling us as crazy. You know what I mean? In fact, when somebody calls you crazy when you're in your vulnerable state, that actually makes it even worse for you. You know, like that makes you go a little crazier, you know? And when it comes to our body collective, you may be having pain in your lower back. So when you're in this place where you feel a lot of this pain, right? You're gonna feel it in your lower back. You're gonna feel it in your physical body, wherever that may be in your body. I had written down your pain you may feel in your lower back. Okay, I've been feeling a lot of this lately for myself. You're gonna feel the pain in your neck, like the back of your neck. Okay, for me, it's my left back on my neck. You're gonna feel it in your hip region. Okay, sometimes we don't realize that we're trapping a lot of these heavy emotions in our hips, so we got to look up ways to release and heal our hip. Okay, our hip region. And then for some of us, we're having headaches. I'm also getting like you actually waking up to having headaches. Okay, sometimes even like migraines, like intense headaches, right? You could also be feeling it like on your left temple. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. And your left front temple. Okay, and this one's very interesting. Okay, you may also be experiencing itchiness, like slight itchiness. Okay, like an autoimmune illness. Okay, skin problems. All right, paranoia, anxiety. You're feeling extra anxious, a little bit flighty with your words. All right, irritability. You know, when you're feeling irritable, when you're feeling frustration, you're going to notice that the words that you're saying, the words that you're using, right? They can come off very flighty. And this is what I mean, going back to what I was saying about you're going to find yourself projecting onto people and being flighty, right? Like that's what I'm saying about flighty, is like you're going to find yourself to be projecting all of that anger and frustration onto your loved ones, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know why I just did that. Okay. You may be experiencing crying spells, like you just crying out of nowhere, like you just I'm just picturing somebody like they cannot even contain yourself, like you can't even like get up or like face yourself. I'm seeing somebody with their head down and just profusely just sobbing and crying. This is your body's way of releasing a lot of those toxins. Okay, some of you guys may be experiencing that crying spells. Like, for example, you could be finding yourself doing a task at work, and all of a sudden your heart starts to race. Okay, your body's now taking you back to a time in your past where you experienced a lot of that abuse, right? And let me tell you, like, this comes in different seasons. And so at a time when you are doing this task, your body is taking you back to a past memory. And now you're finding yourself to be having heart palpitation. Your mind is racing. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Like your vision can also be very blurred. Okay, you could be experiencing that too. And then all of a sudden you feel your heart racing, and then all of a sudden there's just tears just falling down. Okay, that's what I mean by you're having experience. You're experiencing crying spells out of nowhere. You're just crying. Your heart's beating so fast. It's just racing. Your mind is racing, and this is your body's way of telling you, I am healing. And you gotta remind yourself that this is your body's way of releasing. This is your body's way of telling you, this needs to be released. You need to sit down. You need to stop what you're doing. And you need to tend to me right now, because I need you right now. Your body is signaling to you. Ooh, my voice is changing for a reason. Yo. Excuse me. Thank you, Spirit. Your body is signaling to you, I need you right now, and I need you to pay attention to me right now, because this is your body's way of telling you, I am healing. We need to release this. You have had also multiple nights when you could not sleep. All right, this is what I was talking about night terrors and like having nightmares, and it literally just gets you out of bed, like out of nowhere. Like you're jumping out of bed, you're screaming. Okay, you may also, like, you could have like a family member tell you, right? Like, I heard you talking in your sleep last night. Like, you have a family member telling you that or something. You could be one jumping out of bed, screaming, tossing and turning. You're sweating, feeling unease, heavy breathing. Okay, heavy emphasis on heavy breathing. You could be waking up with heavy breathing. Okay, this has not been easy, is what I've written down here. Okay, multiple nights is what I'm getting. Your body is going through heavy release, when we must be patient and kind to ourselves in this time of transformation. A process, it is a process. This is a time of awakening. Okay, your body is going through moments of awakenings, revelations. Your body is making room, making way, and in order for us to, make room for the new, for the fresh new things, we are to release first before even receiving the new. Our body is to be cared for at this time, and a lot of it, suggestions here to be more attentive to your body. Take a lot of baths. Even when you wake up from this night terror and you're sweating, like, get yourself in the tub, give yourself mini body massages, like, you feel a lot of the pressure points on the bottom of your feet. I feel the need to say that. Look into reflexology as well. Look into deep tissue massages as well, okay? Look into reflexology. A lot of the pressure points are located on the bottom of your feet. I feel the need to say that. Deep, heavy breathing exercises, okay? This is important as well, getting your breathing back in order. Also, when you are having moments of anxiety, when you're feeling anxious, pay attention to your breathing, listen to your breathing, and if you are able to count your breathing as well, when you're anxious, when you're feeling anxiety, your breathing is very shallow. It's not a long, and you hold it, right? It's like that, right? It's very shallow. It's like you can't even have that 4 seconds and holding it. You can't even hold it. It's like a smoker, like a heavy smoker. You know what I mean? Like when you see somebody who smokes a lot, you ever notice their breathing? It's very shallow. It's like it's gasping for air. Like you literally cannot breathe without cigarettes. Hugs from your loved ones is a suggestion. Okay. Collective, our intuition is to be honored at this time. Our body is like a time machine at this time. You are right the first time when you are feeling this. Follow your gut. Do not ignore the little bits and pieces of what you are sensing in your body. Hearing sounds at times. You may be hearing sounds. You may be following sounds, okay? You are not going crazy. You are a multifaceted, dimensional, supernatural, intelligent machine. Every single body carry a very unique gift. Our body is a gift. Your intuition is a gift. Treat it with respect. Honor it with kindness and compassion and a lot of love. You know that sexual abuse is pain. Pain is projected when it is too unbearable for the body to carry. Pain is to be healed, not to use it to be ugly and destructive to people who doesn't deserve to be hurt. Hurt people, okay? Therefore, pain is sexual abuse. Overeating is pain. Identify it. Too much sexual activity is pain. Identify it. Overthinking is pain. Identify it. Those are heavy emotions, heavy message. Okay. Get real, get honest, use your words, express yourself, and express yourself healthily. When your body has had enough, get real, release away from people, grieve in your own time in private. This is a start to taking accountability for our actions. Our body can only tolerate so much pain. Get real, get real, get real is what I had written down here. Why fight any more than you should? Get real. This is bruising yourself. This is abusing yourself. This leads to pain, and pain is, once again, I gotta say it. Pain is to be healed. Pain is sexual abuse. Overeating is pain. Too much sexual activity is pain. Overthinking is pain. Pain is control over people. Pain is manipulation uncontrollably. Pain is sexual abuse. Pain is to be controlled, not to use to be controlling. This is abuse. You are to express yourself healthily, because when we don't express ourselves healthily, this is going to develop into pain. Pain that we are not paying attention to enough. Okay. For our men, this is for our men, okay? If you think having control in bed makes you a man, you are far from being one. If you think having sexual encounters with multiple women makes you a man, you are far from it. And if you think that having control over others because you can't seem to get your emotions under control makes you tough, you are far from it. You need help. Pain is control. Those are the channeled messages. Let's get into the tarot. In this time of transformation, collective, if you are one so willing to get your life back in order again because you care about your family and your friends and your children, in this time of transformation, you know, and really having to get your emotions back on track and managing your emotions the right way this time, I'm reminded to tell you that finding work that is going to help you release all of this, but more so in a healthy way, like not too overworking, like overwhelmingly working yourself, burdening yourself, but finding work that you're is going to help you release all of these tensions. Okay, finding like a team who is very supportive as well, and who's very caring of your emotions as well. Okay, to work fast and tidily. Okay, and I know the opposite of that is like, you know how some overwork themselves and make themselves busy so they don't have to feel the feelings, and they don't have to feel the emotions and feelings. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about finding work that you are able to really enjoy and find yourself to be very productive, enjoying it and being productive in it at the same time, releasing a lot of those toxins out of your body in a healthy way. Okay. Staying away from arguments. Okay. Again, projecting, or even finding yourself to be projecting, staying away from coworkers that's going to, you know, press those buttons, parts of you that you know is going to just light up and ignite the fire inside of you, and you going off, you know, like staying away from those kind of people that's gonna trigger your vulnerability in that way. Don't let your ego get in the way. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Develop your self-confidence. It's a very important one, but it's also very tough, right? When you've gone through so much emotional pain. You know, spending time alone is good too, you know. This is going to give us time to understand who we are, who we've become after stepping out of the abuse. Spending some alone time and if you are one, I'm getting like if you are one who, you know, you just cannot stand being alone, you cannot stand even for a minute, you know, even for a minute you can't stand being alone. I understand, I get that. Surround yourself with the ones who value your vulnerability, right? Sticking around with people who value your vulnerability. And if you can, giving your space, giving your time, giving yourself some time and space to really understand the person you've become and the person you are becoming stepping out of the abuse. Okay, this is what I'm getting with the Hermit. I'm also getting Virgo. This is a Virgo card as well. A lot of compassion coming through with this reading. Okay, giving yourself a chance to see things in a different light. Defending your honor. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Defending your honor. Finding your purpose. When you feel like you don't fit into this world, remember that you're here to help create a better one. Your tender heart is a treasure. I'm getting that when you have gone through so much abuse in your life, you know, you have also at the same time developed different personalities. You know, you've undergone through a lot of, and also developing coping mechanisms, okay? And so you having to bounce back, and you know, when you're in the process of healing and you're trying to bounce back and trying to get yourself right, and you're out there back in the real world trying to find work, you know, trying to have a normal life again. Finding your purpose is not the easiest, right? Getting back on track and finding yourself in the right community, finding yourself in the right circle. It is really hard to find yourself, to fit into this world and finding your purpose. So what I'm getting here with this card is that if you are one feeling alone and not finding your circle, your community just yet, you will. I think it comes down to a point where you need to get real and honest with yourself, and then you will find your tribe. You know, just staying true to yourself and your journey. Staying true to yourself and your journey, you know, don't pretend that the abuse never happened. You know what I mean? Like, don't pretend like the abuse never happened. Be honest about it. Stay true with it. Be authentic with it. And I feel like that's where you're going to find your purpose. That's where you're going to find your community. When you express, I think that too, that is where you also find and develop your self-confidence. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. Not on the chance of his not attacking, but rather on the fact that we have made our position unassailable. Sun Tzu said that. Okay, this is the Art of War oracle deck I'm using here. Oh, why is it upside down? It is really hard to find your purpose bouncing back from, you know, abuse. It's not the easiest. Identifying your emotions, releasing other people's emotions. When you have gone through a lot of pain, and a lot of that sexual abuse, identifying your own emotions, separated from the rest, you know, that can be very complicated also to differentiate, to separate yourself from other people's emotions. Ask yourself, is this emotion mine? Exhale uncomfortable feelings that are not yours so they don't linger in your body. Inhale light and space. Okay. Being easy with yourself, being kind, being compassionate to yourself. I'm hearing finding your grounding, becoming more aware of who you're becoming, bouncing back from the abuse. It is to come back to honoring yourself in a lot of it. And I think I had mentioned that. Yes. Hey, okay. You are a multifaceted, dimensional, supernatural, intelligent machine. Every single body carry a very unique gift. Your body is a gift. Your intuition is a gift. Treat it with respect and honor, with kindness and compassion and a lot of love. I'm getting a lot of confidence with this Knight of Swords, okay? There is power in the pain that you feel. Your pain can also be integrated and transmuted into something greater. We don't actually, in fact, have to look at pain as overeating, sexual activity, overthinking. We don't, in fact, need to look at pain as sexual abuse. We can also look at pain as a lesson, an insight, wisdom. We can look at pain as creativity, community, interaction. We can look at pain as vulnerability, healthy vulnerability, embracing vulnerability and identifying our vulnerability and embracing it. We can also look at pain as a way to also help get people together and appreciate one another and listening to each other's stories. You know what I mean? Whew. This is heavy, y'all, and I feel it heavily. I'm sending you guys so much love and support. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and thank you for being patient with me if you have gone this far in this reading. This I feel was a very urgent reading. Okay. This was, I have no words. I know how hard it is to be going through so much abuse and then trying to bounce back from it and then finding a normal life again. It's a lot. But you are not alone. I love you. I'm sending you so much love. If you guys would like a personal reading, all of my information will be down in the description box below. You already know. I love you. Take care. Much love. I'll see you in the next.